I'm walking around.
Hello.
Always on the move, John.
Yeah, totally. I'm at my parents' farm, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah, in nearby St. Louis. You can hear the birds. What are you up to today?
Birds are pretty loud here too. Yeah, I'm trying to get it to cut the grass, actually.
Yeah, it's like dinner time.
Oh yeah, I guess I got to make dinner first.
Exactly. Right?
Oh good, here's the...
That was getting really trippy.
Hello.
Memory chain. I heard. I was. There's like new terms being invented by the second.
I didn't know it was going to be that kind of party.
Okay. You met
exactly
John and
it is interesting. I mean,
John.
Paul is like, this the reality he's living in is interesting.
Hopefully we're not live in the auditorium here, John.
Yes, you are.
Oh yeah, of course.
You are live.
That's why you always say things they're going to become public, right? Everything is public.
That's how I operate. Privacy. What privacy?
Exactly. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Do you hear us?
Do you guys plant vegetables?
No. Hello.
Yeah.
What about vegetables?
Do you guys plant vegetables?
Hola.
And do you have like a garden?
Do you hear us? Hello, Andrew.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Hola. Buenos dias.
We have to tell you.
We heard everything,
You were online all the time.
Yeah.
I knew it.
That's great. That's great.
Do you see Paul and Gustavo sitting here in stage? Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. Hello, everybody.
It's me. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
John, I don't think you see anything, but okay. You can hear us.
That's true. Blind, but I can see. I'm so excited by Paul's term memory chain. I'm still thinking about that.
About what? Sorry, repeat.
Paul made a term called memory chain, and I'm so excited about it.
Estoy muy entusiasmado por lo de la cadena de memoria.
Bien. Well, we are going to try to translate Gustavo and me, and I will tell the audience now if they want to ask something to you. ¿Alguna pregunta que quieran hacer en torno a las charlas que han visto? Sí. Here they ask, what is the relationship with Marshall McLuhan and Andrew McLuhan?
What about the relationship?
Yeah, what's the relationship?
Oh, here you go.
Y aquí está.
You are the little one.
Yeah, so that's Marshall McLuhan, and that's my uncle Michael McLuhan.
Michael McLuhan, mi tío.
And there's my father Eric McLuhan.
Mi padre Eric.
And that's little Andrew McLuhan right there.
Ese es el pequeño Andrew ahí en los brazos.
So Marshall was my grandfather.
Marshall era mi abuelo.
He died in December 31st, 1980.
Murió el 1 de diciembre de 1980.
Well, I was born July 9th, 1978.
Y yo había nacido en julio del 1978.
So I was only a couple of years old when he died.
Así que yo solo tenía 2 años cuando él murió.
And I was just beginning to speak.
Y yo solo empezaba a ver.
But he had a major stroke and was unable to speak.
Él había tenido un derrame, un ACV importante y no podía hablar.
So I'm told, although I don't remember,
me han contado, aunque yo no lo recuerdo,
that we used to have babbling, gibberish conversations.
Que teníamos conversaciones de murmullo y de babble.
And I do like to think that it sounded like gibberish to everybody else.
Yo quiero pensar que sonaba como algo sin sentido para la mayoría.
But naturally, he was imparting to me great wisdom.
Pero que él naturalmente me estaba impartiendo gran sabiduría.
But I'm a poet, so
pero yo soy un poeta, así que
I generally think in those terms.
Generalmente pienso en estos términos. Andrew, I'll jump to some questions that here Paul is interested to start the conversation. Paul just talked about the creation of surveillance and gossip system or gossip state, and somehow referred, I think that refers in his work to contamination of public space by technology, or the sort of maelstrom of information that surrounds us. And I wanted to ask you whether you see some relationship of that with or you can elaborate a little bit more on your quote on Pasteur in your presentation about this sort of the invisible toxic presences in public space.
Yeah.
I'll translate in Spanish
okay,
so that
sure.
everybody. Comentaba que un poco a pedido de Paul, lo que cuenta Paul sobre la creación de un estado de vigilancia y un estado de chisme está relacionado con su preocupación por la aparición de una naturaleza séptica de la información en el espacio público, y estoy preguntándole a Andrew un poco si puede elaborar acerca de la cita de Marshall sobre Pasteur y los anticuerpos frente a esa toxicidad y la influencia de la tecnología en ello. Go ahead, Andrew, if you can.
Yeah. Sure,
if you want.
I'd be happy to. It was Wyndham Lewis, actually, in a book called America and Cosmic Man.
Fue Wyndham Lewis en un libro llamado Estados Unidos y el mundo cósmico, el hombre cósmico,
who brought up the idea that the telegraph
trajo la idea de que el telégrafo,
in connecting the east and the west coast of the United States,
al conectar las dos costas este y oeste de Estados Unidos,
and every point in between,
y todos los puntos que hay entre medio,
had created, in essence, a village of a country.
Habría creado un país que era una aldea.
Marshall McLuhan, being a bit of a poet himself,
siendo en algún sentido también un poeta,
called this the global village.
Llamó a eso la aldea global.
Now, nobody who has actually lived in a village thinks it's a place of harmony.
Nadie que haya vivido en una aldea piensa que es un lugar de armonía.
I have lived in villages. I now actually live between farms. I live in the country.
Ahora vivo en el campo, entre granjas.
And while a village can be beautiful and have its attractions,
y aunque las aldeas o las pequeñas ciudades pueden tener encantos y atracciones,
it is also a place where you are very close to everyone else.
Es un lugar donde uno está muy cerca de todo el mundo, de todos los demás.
There's no privacy.
No hay privacidad.
Even worse than that, there's going to be 10 different versions of any given story.
Va a haber 10 versiones de cualquier historia que aparezca.
And each one less flattering than the last.
Y por supuesto la próxima menos halagadora que la anterior.
So you see, the surveillance state is nothing new.
El estado de vigilancia no es nada nuevo.
It's an extension of the way of life in a village.
pero es la extensión del modo de vida en una aldea.
And really, this has been a fact of life for over 100 years now.
Y esto ha sido un hecho de la vida cotidiana por más de 100 años a esta altura.
So, you know, it is our reality.
Es nuestra realidad.
So it's kind of silly to be upset about a loss of privacy, which occurred so long ago in our history.
Es extraño estar enojado o confrontar una pérdida de la privacidad que ha ocurrido ya hace bastante tiempo en nuestra historia.
Yeah.
I disagree. I disagree very much. No,
how so?
Xi Jinping is something new.
Paul,
nothing like anything ever.
Paul no está de acuerdo que Xi
No
Jinping
analog.
no es algo nuevo.
No, it's a nightmare. Not the same. Sorry.
Paul says
Well,
it's not the same, yeah.
Not
I
the
think it's only a difference in a matter of degree.
gas turns to water, you know, it's a different world. It's a terrifying world. Okay? I mean, let's just
Really?
start. That's
Wow.
what we're dealing with now. Just
Bueno, Paul dice que es un mundo, digamos, hay una diferencia en los grados de apreciación sobre si la situación de la privacidad es la misma.
let me explain how Gustavo and I came to work together.
Que dejen explicar cómo empezamos a trabajar juntos.
Because I was on a tour for 1 month in Great Britain called A Septic Turn in a Space of Appearance.
Porque yo estaba en un tour de trabajo en Inglaterra sobre un tema que se llamaba un giro séptico en el espacio de apariencia.
And it was about a Hannah Arendt nightmare.
Sorry.
It was about a Hannah Arendt
It was-
nightmare.
Era acerca de una pesadilla de Hannah Arendt,
Based upon levels of information and sepsis.
basado en los niveles de información y la sepsis.
We're in a septic state.
Estamos en un estado séptico en ese respecto.
I'm not talking about politics here.
Wow.
No estoy hablando de políticas. You guys, any response? I think there's something has been thrown here.
Red
Well,
meat.
John,
Red meat.
John hasn't said anything yet.
Yeah.
Although I'm liking his environment. That looks pleasant.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm walking through the forest near my family's farm, my Phillips family farm, and I lived in China for 10 plus years.
Yo he vivido en China.
And,
Ahora estoy caminando por el bosque de mi casa, digamos, de mi familia. Yo he vivido en China por más de 10 años y
I've never, and I'm from the middle of the United States, from a farm country where I'm at right now, and I can say that whenever I'm in China, I feel more free than any other place on earth.
soy del centro de Estados Unidos y cuando estoy en China no hay un lugar en el que me sienta más libre.
Interesting. It's often the case that someone's nightmare is someone else's dream.
Es un hecho bastante frecuente que la pesadilla de alguien es el sueño de otro.
Now, today is a new day, but your perceptions are your perceptions of the world.
Bueno, hoy es un día nuevo y las percepciones de cada uno son las percepciones de cada uno acerca del mundo.
Let me
So you
add-
can either be in a forest and you can feel joy, or you can feel terror and fear. I could also be quite afraid of this snake I just found on the ground here. Maybe I should run.
Sí, uno puede
wait,
estar,
it's
uno
not
puede
a
estar
snake.
en un bosque y sentirse bien, o ser placentero o ser algo amenazante, como por ejemplo la serpiente que acabo de ver en el piso. ¿Oh?
The only thing I wanted to add, and I'm going back to the archive,
Lo que quiero agregar, y que vuelvo al tema del archivo, es
a large part of the Imrat Khan archive is a tale of the Muslim-Hindu relations.
Una gran parte del archivo de Imran Khan es una historia acerca de la relación entre los hindú y los musulmanes.
And his concern that there will be a deterioration which will be very serious in the future.
Y su preocupación de que va a haber un deterioro progresivo y bastante serio en el futuro.
And you know the Modi regime has been extremely effective in using social media.
Y el régimen de Modi en la India ha sido muy efectivo en el uso de las redes sociales o los medios sociales, sociales. ¿Sí?
In creating greater divisions between those two communities.
En la creación de mayores divisiones entre esas dos comunidades.
So I guess that explains part of my rather despairing sensibility.
Y eso quizás explica parte de mi sensibilidad alarmada respecto a esto.
It's a violent place.
Es un lugar violento.
Oh man, Argentina is the best country on earth. There's the best food and the best people, and I cannot wait to be there. I wish I was there right now, honestly, even though it would force me to leave this forest.
Bueno, John dice que Argentina es el mejor lugar del mundo y que no puede esperar para estar aquí.
You know, for myself, I'm actually very hopeful.
You say your son is very hopeful?
No, for myself.
Oh, for yourself.
You know, myself, I am very hopeful, actually.
Andrew dice que es muy optimista en realidad.
Because the mess that we're in
Porque el lío en el que estamos
is the result of incredible human ingenuity.
Es el resultado de una ingeniosidad humana increíble.
And I believe we have the ingenuity necessary to get ourselves out of this mess.
Y creo que tenemos la ingeniosidad humana suficiente para sacarnos de este lío.
And what gives me hope is that the overwhelming majority of people I speak with
y lo que me da esperanza es que una gran mayoría de la gente con la que hablo
and I talk to a lot of people on the cutting edge of technology.
Y hablo con mucha gente que está en la vanguardia de la tecnología.
And actually every single one of them, down to a person,
y actualmente, en realidad cada uno de ellos, hasta cada persona,
genuinely wants to make the world a better place.
Quieren realmente hacer del mundo un lugar mejor.
We just need to figure out how to do that.
Solo tenemos que tratar de imaginarnos de qué manera se hace eso.
And I think we'll get there.
Y creo que vamos a llegar a eso.
Hola.
Yes, I concur. I concur.
There's some questions from the audience.
I have a question for Paul. Are we facing a decentralized surveillance or gossip? A decentralized surveillance or gossip state? You spoke about a new state of gossip, or new old state of gossip and surveillance. Are we facing with Web3 development a new state of gossip, like super rare NFTs, like being the new state of gossip?
La pregunta es si estamos con la World Wide Web 3 enfrentando un nuevo estado de chisme y de vigilancia descentralizado, que es la naturaleza de la World Wide Web 3.
You know, I don't want to play, this totally dystopic voice.
No quiero tener esta voz distópica o ser la voz distópica.
All I want to leave with you is that I think we can put together creative responses.
Lo que quiero dejar con ustedes es que podemos poner en juego respuestas creativas.
And try to avoid, I don't know if this word is understood in Spanish.
Y tratar de evitar, no sé si esta palabra es traducible al español,
What we call in English,
lo que llamamos en inglés
kumbaya.
kumbaya. Kumbaya es la
I'm concerned about techno fetishism.
Estoy preocupado por el fetichismo tecnológico.
I come from a political background.
Vengo de un background político.
My closest friends in the United States are political scientists.
Mis amigos más cercanos en Estados Unidos son cientistas políticos.
They're in a state of total despair.
Están en un estado de total preocupación o alarma.
We use the word now, nullification.
Usamos ahora la palabra nulificación.
That's a term that refers to the breakup of the sovereign body.
Es un término que refiere a la ruptura del cuerpo soberano, el cuerpo individual, digamos.
And again, I ended with that photo. And
Por eso terminé con esa foto.
Photo was Walter Reuther representing the best of American democracy,
Esa foto
celebrating an independent, colonial-free India.
es la foto de de Rutherford, que es de lo mejor de un estado democrático norteamericano, celebrando una India independiente.
And alongside that photo was Imrat and his brother with Pandit Nehru, again attempting to, they were leaving for Russia and for Hungary, and they were trying to spread the word of peace.
Y en esa foto están Imrat y su hermano, que se van en ese momento a Rusia en una actitud pacifista, digamos, en una actitud de promover la paz.
There's a nightmare war in Ukraine going on right now.
Hay una guerra pesadillesca en Ucrania en este momento.
And it's these technologies which have changed cognitive processes, which have contributed to it.
Y son las tecnologías que han cambiado los procesos cognitivos que han contribuido a la aparición de esto.
It's what Walter Ong called cognitive economies.
Lo que Walter Ong llamaba economías cognitivas.
So you recommend that we should make a humanization of Web3 instead of putting gossip content into it?
Well, again, the archives that I showed were an attempt to bring in a humanized mythology.
Por eso lo que introduje con esos archivos es un intento para traer una mitología unificante.
And that's Siga un Hilo. That's the hilo.
Seguir el hilo.
That's all. It's a Siga un Hilo, nothing more. It's Ariadne and a thread. And it's by a thread.
Science and technology.
Wait.
La ciencia y la tecnología
Science and technology
solamente son herramientas que pueden ser usadas para el bien o el mal.
are only tools that can be used for good or bad.
That's pretty binary.
Que es bastante binario como pensamiento.
Of course, it is.
Some of us don't use those words, good or bad.
Que algunos no usamos esas palabras bueno o malo.
Bueno, a ver, a mí me parece que lo que usted plantea
I think what you were saying
tiene mucha relación con lo que habla Yuval Harari.
has a close relationship to Harari's writings or speech.
Es decir, en términos de alertar
In terms
sobre el uso malo
in
de
terms
la
of
tecnología.
alerting to the bad use of technology or evil use of technology.
Él se refiere al hackeo,
Sure.
al hackeo de nuestras mentes.
He refers to the hacking of our minds.
Y ¿Se acuerda del caso del Cambridge Analytics?
And the Cambridge Analytics case,
¿Cierto? Que supuestamente Trump implementó para ganar las elecciones.
which supposedly Trump implemented to win the elections.
Eso sería un ejemplo de lo malo.
That would be an example of evil.
I agree.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes. A good example.
So I want to say happy birthday, John.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I can smell the food.
You,
Yeah,
grew
we are going
2
to
years in
toast.
2 days because you
Vamos a
had to-
brindar por vos. Acá. We are going to toast for your birthday
Oh,
afterwards.
thank you so much.
Okay, I think we are kind of out of time. And of course, I would like to hear you if we want to say some final words. Me encantaría escucharlos si tuvieran algunas palabras para despedirse. Do you hear me? No.
No. Oh, if you had some words to say goodbye or you want to add anything to close
Thank you,
this.
Andrew, for your talk. I was thinking, estaba pensando recién que bueno, tiene que ver con el radar, ¿no? Con esto de tratar de ver venir y pensar prácticas.
I'm thinking that all this that has been said or discussed has to do with the idea of a radar and see what's coming at us and create practices to confront it.
Exactly. Well, thank you very much for having me. It was a pleasure to be there, if only virtually.
Thank you. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, John.
Yes.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay,
Thank you
bye-bye.
so much. Look forward to being in Argentina again one day.
Thanks.
Muchas gracias.
Don't keep talking, you're still online.